Welcome to Easy Meaty Meals. I'm Emily C. Bunrung, and today I'm going to show you how to make beef liver pate. The ingredients you're going to need are 1 medium onion, sliced, and 4 cloves of garlic. You can just keep those whole. At least 12 tablespoons of grass-fed butter, salted or unsalted is fine. 4 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream or raw cream, which is ideal. Some ghee, grass-fed ghee, or some kind of cooking fat that you're going to be sautéing the liver and the onions and garlic in. Lard, tallow is just fine. Some unrefined salt to taste. And the herbs we're going to be using is some thyme, dried or fresh thyme is fine, some rosemary, and a pinch or 2 of some allspice. Now for the acidity, I'm going to be using 1 little lime. You can also use lemon as well, or some sherry vinegar works. Last but not least is the beef liver. Now I've got this grass-fed, grass-finished beef liver from my half cow 2 years ago. I have not cooked it yet. I've got about 1.25 pounds of grass-fed beef liver. The first thing I'm going to do is slice the liver into 1 to 2 inch pieces. Liver is actually one of the richest sources of vitamin A. Vitamin A is important to have in our bodies because it helps with our immune system. And you actually might hear that you can get vitamin A from eating carrots and fruits and veggies. However, it's not the real vitamin A. In fruits and veggies, it actually comes in the form of carotenoids, which means it has to be converted in the digestive system. And a lot of people may have, their bodies might be too toxic or inflamed to actually convert the carotenoids into vitamin A. So having beef liver or fish eggs or butter means that you're getting the real vitamin A right away. So I'm going to preheat my pan to medium-high heat first. I'm gonna grab my ghee. We're gonna be cooking the onions and the garlic first. About a good dollop tablespoon there. Swirl that around. And then we're gonna throw in the onions and garlic. We're gonna be cooking the onions until it's translucent and soft, about 3 to 4 minutes. Onions are pretty translucent now. We definitely want to be patient with that because once we blend it, we want the pate to be smooth and not have that bite from the onions. So make sure it's fully translucent and soft. Now we're going to add the beef liver. Throw it right in there. So remember, anytime you're cooking, you want to season every step of the way. So now we're going to be seasoning the beef liver. I seasoned the onions and the garlic earlier. It smells so good already. Smell the onion and the garlic. I kept my garlic whole because I didn't want it to burn while cooking the onions. I'm gonna hike the heat up a little bit to medium-high. And for the beef liver, we're looking for a doneness when it's just slightly pink on the inside still. We don't want it overcooked. So I'm going to put in the thyme. I'm just going to shave the leaves off right in here. I'm actually growing thyme in my garden. Thyme is actually a slow grower. However, it's a perennial, so you'll have it all year round. I feel like the herbs really cover up, the strong taste of the liver. Okay, now I've got rosemary. I'm just going to take it off. It's okay if you don't chop it. Remember, you're going to be putting it in the blender, so you don't have to chop it ahead of time. That's the great thing about just blending it all up in the end. Just take the leaves off. I'm just going to throw in the allspice, and then I'm going to put in the lime juice when we start blending it. Once you can kind of break it apart with a wooden spoon or spoon, it's pretty much done. I'm gonna turn off the heat. Now we're gonna let this cool and then blend it. So the liver, onion, and garlic mixture has cooled down. Now we're gonna be putting it in the food processor. Get all the juices in there. By the way, the first time I had this was with Andy's story on Wild Lumens. Go ahead, check out his YouTube channel. He has amazing, great carnivore diet recipes. And the first time I had it, it was so tasty. He actually compared chicken liver pate versus beef liver pate, and both were divine. So I definitely wanted to show you guys how to make it as well. So I've got the butter. This might seem like a lot of butter, but butter is really good. We want that silky texture. So we're gonna put it all in there. Now we're gonna close it up. I'm gonna add the cream last. Let's just get to blending. Okay, now I'm gonna be squeezing the lemon right in, down the chute. The acidity brightens up the flavor. You don't really taste like a sour taste. It just kind of brightens it all up together. We're gonna try to scrape down the sides so we don't leave out any chunks of onion. And then since we're here, we're gonna give it a little taste. Saltiness is perfect. Okay. Mocha, not yet. Now I'm just gonna add a few splashes of the heavy cream. Doesn't have to be perfect here. And I think the cream adds a little smoothness to it, a little creamy consistency. Oops, I spilled. Don't want to waste any of the heavy cream because raw cream in Los Angeles is pricey. Okay, let's blend the cream. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. We are all set. Now, grab a ramekin or any kind of bowl you got. We're gonna put it in here. If it's a little jiggly, just wanna show you it here. If it's a little jiggly, no worries. It's gonna set when we put it in the fridge for a couple hours. So let's get it all in there. Can you see? It smells really good. I really don't know any other way to have liver now. This is just the most flavorful way and a great way to get your vitamins. So we've got almost 2 ramekin fulls, can you see, of the beef liver pate. Now I'm just going to plastic wrap it up. Okay, let's head to the fridge. Now I'm gonna leave it in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours or until it loses its jiggliness. It's been about 3.5 hours and I've got the beef liver pate. It's definitely set. No more jiggling. Have a look. Is that a good view? Okay, let's have a taste. So I just wanna show you the texture that it's gonna become when you dig into it. So it's a thick paste. That is so good. The thyme, the rosemary, the onion, the garlic, and the salt. That's really good. Now, traditionally, beef liver pate is served with some toast, some crackers. So if you were to have it, what I like having it is with either really good fermented sourdough from a really reputable bakery that actually ferments their dough, or some sprouted bread. And when I say sprouted, usually the stuff I find is going to be in there's a little gnat. It's going to be in the refrigerated or freezer section. And my favorite brand is Ezekiel, which is found at Whole Foods, and it's usually frozen, which means there's no preservatives, there's no vegetable oils in it, and it's sprouted. So when you have sprouted bread, that means that you're able to absorb all the nutrients that's in grain versus just plain old bread sitting on the shelf. And most of those breads that you're gonna find at room temp on the shelf in your grocery store has preservatives like vegetable oils, like canola oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, corn oil, and grapeseed oil. So all those are big no-nos in my house. And so this is a great way to eat the liver pate with sprouted English muffins. So this is what they look like. And this is the brand that I get. I know cooking beef liver sounds a little intimidating and foreign to most people, and it was to me at first, but cooking it with this recipe in a pate fashion makes it so much more palatable, especially throwing in the garlic, onions, and the herbs to cover up that strong liver irony taste. But it's jam-packed with nutrients, and I totally recommend you give it a try. It's absolutely affordable, and the best part of it, it's so simple to make. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and remember to click subscribe.